Okay, now my turn. First, we start from the title. The use of self-talk strategies. Why, why self-talk? Why self-talking? You practice. Yeah. So that's, do you cover around the world or only Indonesia? Around the world. So do you believe that this strategy is popular? Do you, do you have some confidence that this strategy is popular among the teachers around the world? Not yet, you don't know. Yeah. Because when you are using a meta-analysis, yeah, it should be something like trend, yeah, because we want to know the patterns of the data, yeah, that people use this. Uh, I see here from your presentation that you cover 10 years, yeah, of publication. Yeah, once again, actually, if you are not sure, but I think you already present s- some of the article already here. So how many is this? Only 10. Yeah. How? What do you think? When you did you search this, or did you find from some article? Huh? Yes. Yeah. Did you find it from the article someone wrote, or you search yourself to find these 10 article? You search yourself. So you search using a Google Scholar and found these 10 articles. Okay. Now, when you are, when you did this, search this, do you think that it is easy for you to find the self-talk? No. So this is very rare articles. So, mhm, self-talk. Secondary and tertiary. But it should be, self-talks is the level for secondary school actually. If you believe that self-talks is popular among elementary, so why don't you include elementary? Yeah, it's really up to you. What is your focus? Do, do you focus on the strategy, or do you focus on the level of education? Strategy, so meaning that you want to know how this strategy is actually being used by others. We want to know and how, something like that. So I don't think that's level of education become matters. So you can include elementary, because what we want to learn from people is how they use self-talk strategy to teach or to study. To learn English. If you think this is difficult to find, yeah, unless if this topic are very common and it's not difficult to find, then you could limit the search according to the level of the education, level of education. But if these topics are very scarce and rare, then I think you can include every single level of education, because the focus is actually to understand how self-talking is in action, yeah, when teacher use this strategy in their teaching. So at first, yeah, when I saw this this topic and your titles, I'm actually not really confident, because I never heard self-talking before. So it seems that self-talking is not a popular strategy. But then you are using meta-analysis, so it's kind of, um, you know, a contrary with the phenomenon. I mean, with, as I said, that self-talking is not it's not popular subject. Now, if you want to look at in greater detail, yeah, about something like self-talking, for example, then perhaps the more appropriate analysis is not meta-analysis, but the systematic review, yeah, analysis. Because in systematic review, you zoom in and you look at the reports and find you know, like what's that, the similar themes, yeah, similar or interesting finding from other research, yeah. But it's really up to you if you think that if you include elementary school and it become popular, I mean, it become many topics, then it's okay. So you can go on with meta-analysis. So what do you think? Yeah. Begitu. Yeah. All right. Just to give you rough ideas, if you want to go on with meta-analysis, you have to find, perhaps in your case, yeah, I can say perhaps 50, at least, yeah. But you can, if if you can find like 70, 80 articles, it will be just a good enough research. Yeah. But if you find less than 50, I don't think that can be meta-analysis. Yeah. Can be systematic review. Yeah. Systematic review is actually also require lots of uh, I mean number or population. Then you decide only a few to become the target of a detailed analysis, just to, I mean, to have the good idea about one topic. Yeah. It is systematic review doesn't mean that only require a few articles, but also the same actually. Then you zoom in and you look at in deep, yeah, investigation about those targets, few articles. But actually the population is big. The difference is actually between meta and systematic review analysis, whether it is I mean descriptive analysis and great detail analysis. Now, because meta-analysis is descriptive, then the population should be big, yeah, as I told you before. Now, But yeah, I can let you go with this, and because you said that you want to include the elementary school, so let's see if we can find more articles about this. Um, then go on with research question. Yeah, I don't know how are you going to answer these questions. Can for example, can we discuss one by one? Yeah? For example, number one, how self-talking strategy affect? How can self-talk strategy affect students' speaking skills? So, how are you going to answer the questions? Okay, now then, how are you going to calculate effect size? Can you explain a little bit? No, as far as you understand, I want to know how you understand this. Yeah, it's okay, we are learning. Yes. You mean from that 10 article, all 10 article calculate effect size. Is that what you mean? Okay, and then how do you summarize the effect size from the 10? Can you go back to the formula? This is data analysis. This data analysis, right? You want to calculate the effect size. So, for example, the mean of the experimental group, where this data come from? Yeah, I mean the 10 article, the mean. So all 10 article have experimental group. Is that what you mean? Yeah. Huh. Uh-uh. So how many from 10? 7. Jadi N dari 7 itu berapa? N. Di situ tidak ada N-nya. Maksud saya the experimental, how many population? Yeah, how many the participant from 7? Are you calculating like that? No. So how? Dihitung. Ah. Aduh. Jadi gimana kamu dapat itu? Apanya? Enggak, sekarang gini ya. Berarti kamu berani benar nih. Oke. Dari 7 artikel itu, katakanlah total semua partisipannya adalah 150 misalkan begitu, total seluruhnya misalkan. Jadi mean score dari 150 populasi gitu ya. Jadi berarti kita hanya include about that your criteria. Do you have that one? Yang exclusion inclusion. Oke. Di proposal. Saya tidak melihat itu. Ini kan di inclusion cuman jurnal artikel, published tahun sekian, written in English, empirical. Ini empirical, experimental, and quasi. Berarti non empirical, not included. Oke. So, do you, ini lebih sulit lagi. Tetapi dari 10 tuh ada 7 gitu ya. Lumayan lah. Sisanya tuh apa? Nah, bagaimana menjawab pertanyaan nomor 1? Kan how? Kan how tidak bisa dijawab dengan angka. Close ya. Okay. So what is the effect size? Pertanyaan nomor 2 ya. What is the effect size of the use of self talking to increase bla bla bla. Nomor 3, what is the effect size of the use yang kedua itu fokusnya apa? Based on the school level. Berarti kamu mau memisahkan lagi. Kira-kira datanya gampang dicari nggak ya? Ya sih, memang harus dibedakan karena beda level, maybe different. Yeah. Okay, that's fine then. So your work will be categorizing the level, and then based on what is number 3? Emang ada self talking selain speaking? Bagaimana self talking itu dengan writing? Bisa ya? Jadi moderate. Saya pikir tadi self talking itu ya speaking. Kalau writing apa kira-kira? Ngapain? Maksud saya dia gimana prosesnya? Nah. Oke. Kalau memang ada, yakin ya bisalah nomor 3 itu ya. Berarti kamu mungkin student speakingnya saja gitu, bukan ini, bukan writing gitu. Dua-duanya. Bisa. What is the effect size of the use? Kenapa nggak disatukan saja? Ya, speaking kita we don't distinguish speaking and writing. Yang kita distinguish cuman productive and receptive. Okay, if you want, I mean like gini aja. Kalau memang datanya cukup ya boleh. You have question number 4, yeah. So number 3 is speaking, number 4 is writing, something like that. Yeah, you can. I think. I mean, based on the data, if you believe, if you say that, if you can find set talking also used in writing a lot, so then you have to separate the question from number 3. You have another question, number 4. Okay, it is actually very similar to number 2. Yeah, in the calculation you also separate, yeah, between elementary, junior, senior, and yeah, university level. And number 3, you separate between what's that? Speaking and writing. Actually, it is very fine if you have many questions in meta-analysis. It really depends on the data that you have. Okay. All right. Significant scope. Scope should be terminal. I mean, in the section scope and limitation, it you have to present terminology, yeah? Not like inclusion and exclusion criteria, because they should go to methodology. I mean, don't talk this here, yeah? But in methodology. Okay, now literature review. So why are you talking about language learning strategy? So SEP talking is language learning strategy, or this is teaching strategy? Because if you are talking experimental study, you know, so it is teaching. Yeah, I think so. This teaching strategy, because when you read, I mean, learn language learning strategies, is I think self talking doesn't belong to any strategy. I mean, if you look at, like here, for example, you present Oxford, yeah, language learning strategy, yeah, by Rebecca Oxford here. I don't think that self-talking is a strategy for this. Yeah. Even though perhaps if we talk in general, self-talking can be learning strategy, so learning without teacher, right? So, yeah, I know. But when we talk about because your experimental, so experimental, the very basic requirement for experimental is treatment, design, yeah. So there must be someone who designed the activity, so must be teacher in this case. So I think it is better to talk about teaching technique or teaching strategy. teaching methods. Yeah, so self talking is one of the way that the teacher use, yeah, to practice this, to ask the student to practice their skill. Type of speaking skill. Okay, that's good. Function. Do you have a good reference for self-talking? Yeah. Where? From what article or book? Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. Kapan memang ya. The effect of self-talking on reducing speaking anxiety, psycholinguistic research. Yeah. Now, I recommend you to read this one. Can you have access to this journal, this article? Okay. Now you look at the references, the reference list, yeah, of that journal, of that article, and find which textbooks or stronger or similar perhaps, yeah, or more resources about self-talking. If you want to have this, I mean your title, you have to have few resources that really explaining self-talking. Jangan sampai referensinya cuma hanya satu gitu ya. Maka kita cara mencarinya adalah cari referensi utama. Di sini tadi kan udah betul nih sepertinya Kavan dengan Muatarian itu. Tapi baca, dilihat jurnal ini, The Effect of Self-Talking on Reducing bla bla bla, itu dilihat reference listnya, kira-kira dari list itu ada enggak buku atau jurnal lain lagi yang direference oleh penulis ini untuk menjelaskan self-talking. Nah, kalau saya belum tahu ya Journal of Psycholinguistic Research ini apakah jurnal yang berkualitas atau tidak, we have to check ya. Kalau dia berkualitas, misalkan dia terindeks, a good indexer like Scopus for example, or Web of Science or PsycInfo like this ya, biasanya mereka referensinya juga baik biasanya ya. Tetapi kalau ini jurnalnya tidak berkualitas, ya akhirnya nanti referensinya pun belum tentu, walaupun mungkin juga berkualitas tapi belum tentu. Biasanya tidak menjadi syarat. Tapi kalau jurnal yang bagus, dia menjadi syarat. So I recommend you to look at more that one. So you need to have more resources that's explaining self-talking strategy. Okay. Literature. Kisahnya saya kira sudah oke lah. I can let you go with that one. Di literature review ya. Kemudian selanjutnya adalah meta analysis. Finding. Ini subjek, research subject itu bahasanya bukan research subject ya, object of research ya. Nah, kalau subjek itu artinya biasanya kalau disebut subjek itu adalah someone who are doing something. Seperti student itu bisa menjadi subject of research karena student itu melakukan sesuatu, itu sebabnya dia disebut subjek. Tapi kalau dalam riset itu yang kita teliti adalah benda mati ataupun yang tidak melakukan sesuatu, nah itu biasanya disebut dengan research object. Research object, population dan sampel. Nah, kita mungkin tidak menggunakan istilah population and sample karena kalau population and sample berarti kamu ada yang tidak kamu ambil gitu. Padahal kita memang ada yang tidak diambil, tapi itu kan masuk dalam pembahasan inclusion and exclusion. So perhaps you atau tidak usah aja dibahas research subject, langsung saja searching research publication gitu. Jadi di sini kamu dari habis research design, bagian kedua adalah searching strategy misalnya gitu. Ya, searching strategy di situ kamu membahas yang pertama adalah search engine-nya apa atau database apa yang akan kamu gunakan. Google Scholar ya. Biasanya gimana ya? Google biasanya disebut dengan database sebenarnya. Jadi searching databases. Jadi kita search artikel itu database milik siapa. Nah, Google Scholar dalam hal ini adalah database jadinya. Jadi database Google Scholar, database apalagi ya. Nah, yang biasa itu kan ada database Google Scholar, Scopus ya, atau yang lain-lain ya seperti ERIC, misalkan ERIC Digest. Kalau kita ya portal Garuda misalnya seperti itu. Jadi memang perusahaan pengindeks yang dia memiliki database. Jadi memiliki boleh katakan memiliki struktur metadata masing-masing ya. Yang kita ambil itu kan metadatanya, bukan artikelnya. Jadi artinya teknik of data collection atau maksudnya research subject itu yang dibahas adalah searching databases gitu aja. Kemudian you membahas masalah keyword searching. Nah, keyword searching itu you harus memberikan contoh saja, bukan semua yang kita pakai gitu kita di sini, karena kan keyword itu kan nanti berkembang sesuai dengan apa yang kita temukan. Jadi we expand our searching based on the keyword that we found in the field, kan seperti itu. Mungkin ada istilah-istilah tertentu yang selalu dikaitkan dengan safe talking ya. Kita belum tahu sekarang karena belum search kan. Nah, artinya initial search keywords. Nah, ini dah betul nih, initial search keywords. So you use these keywords. Kemudian yang kedua, inclusion and exclusion. I might give you some because I'm doing this one also, so I can share my writing on this one. So you need to have infographic or flowcharts, a flowchart perhaps, yeah, better to say. So you need to have the flowcharts to describe the process of your data collection. Kalau saya mulai dari yang paling pertama itu adalah searching, yang disebut dengan searching identification. Maksudnya itu adalah to identify the article. Yeah, so we use several keywords and also we explore several databases. And then the second stage, I said inclusion and exclusion. So in that level, I describe about the process of searching for the availability. Yeah. So meaning that we include the articles only that we can have access. Ya. Kalau kita enggak kan, misalkan ada judul artikel, tetapi kita nggak punya akses, jadi terpaksa tidak kita ambil. So the availability, the full text availability, and then the second stage. I put the criteria for methodological. Yeah, I for example, we only include certain kind of methodology, and then the last one, exclusion and inclusion criteria based on the topics or based on the keywords. Yeah, so and the last stage will be the results, or the final number of articles become the target of analysis. So that's kind of the chronology of our methodology. Now that's research design, ya bisa seperti itu aja. Kemudian data analisis, ya seperti yang sudah you sampaikan di sini, ya. For this moment, I don't have any correction, any comments. Yeah, actually, as far as you understand about the formula that you are using, you know how to operate the formula. I think that's fine. Yeah. Kalaupun you bilang saya masih bingung, ya sementara nggak apalah, bingung dulu ya. Nanti kita cari mungkin contoh yang lebih sederhana seperti apa kalau memang seperti itu. Alright, references I think it look good already. As far as you use APA, tapi di sini kayaknya ada masih beberapa yang masih kurang. Ada arti misalkan doi-nya belum ada gitu, belum konsisten. Kemudian ada yang retrieve from gitu, sekarang sudah tidak lagi retrieve from, ya kita menggunakan doi, karena hampir semua, mungkin bahkan semua artikel itu memiliki doi sekarang, ya, DOI. Like here, for example, this is Hardy and Gamage and Hall, yeah, the descriptive study of athlete septo. A sports psychologist, itu kan pasti adalah artikel jurnal artikel, ya. So there must be the what's that DOI, ya, number. Nah sini kan you masukkan search EBSCOhost.com, itu bukan ini yang kita maksud, ya. Kemudian ada juga yang biasanya pakai alamat jurnalnya gitu, ya. Itu pun tidak diizinkan seperti itu. Lebih baik dibuang aja gitu. Kalau ada jurnal yang tidak memiliki DOI, walaupun itu sangat jarang, kalau di Indonesia kayaknya menjadi syarat. Karena kalau kita mau akreditasi jurnal di Indonesia itu harus punya DOI-nya. Tapi kalau yang di luar itu mereka tidak mewajibkan, mungkin ya, we don't know. Tapi ada beberapa artikel, maksudnya jurnal yang menurut saya bagus sekali dan memang levelnya benar-benar top journal, tapi they don't have DOI number. Tapi biasanya yang begitu adalah jurnal-jurnal yang sudah terkenal, jadi orang udah tahu dah di bidangnya. Kalau di bidang kita pasti kita tahu gitulah kira-kira. Kalau nggak tahu malah aneh. Nah, seperti itu. Alright, so my last comments. Why do you use? Decide to have 10 years from 2012 and 2022. Why not, for example, not to 2023? Kalau misalkan 2023 itu tidak ada, berarti ini adalah judul ataupun topik yang sebenarnya sudah ditinggalkan orang, gitu kan? Hah? Biasanya secara umum lah ya, kalau yang namanya meta analisis itu justru kita ingin mendeteksi tren kedepannya tuh apa gitu, tentang ini. Tapi tidak apalah ya. Jadi topik subtopiknya is okay ya, as far as I think. Kalau saya sarankan tuh justru sampai 2023 kan, nanti kamu benar-benar melakukan ini kan sudah nanti ya kan, mungkin udah pertengahan tahun kan, mungkin bulan Juli bahkan mungkin September kamu kalau memang benar-benar lanjut ini kan. Jadi lebih baik 2023 mundur ke belakang. Kalau mau 10 tahun berarti 2013 gitu kan, 2013 ya. Seperti itu. Okay, I think that's all my comment. Do you have any question? Nah, Scopus saya aja tidak punya akses ya. Scopus itu bayarnya mahal sekali. Yes, we don't have access to Scopus ya. Dosen kita mungkin hanya 1-2 orang aja, seluruh FKIP bahkan seluruh UNTAD mungkin. Jadi Scopus itu bayarnya mahal sekali. Kalaupun ada dosen kita yang punya akses Scopus itu pasti mereka punya project yang terbit di Scopus, kemudian Scopus kasih akses gitu, baru kita bisa atau dia jadi reviewer tetap atau dia jadi invited reviewers ya. Nah, itu dikasih akses biasanya 1 tahun, biasanya 3 bulan seperti itu. Kalau saya beberapa kali jadi invited reviewer di kayak di Science Direct misalnya seperti itu, maka saya punya akses di Science Direct ya. Nah, Science Direct itu very generous ya, karena kita bisa search di Science Direct ya tanpa harus bayar. Tapi kalau mau ngambil download baru bayar kan gitu. Ya bisa. Kalau Scopus enggak, walaupun kita cuma mau dia lihat abstrak pun dia tak mau. Iya. Iya. Jadi memang enggak bisa kita menggunakan Scopus, tidak bisa. Ya. uh, ya yang bisa aja lah. Jadi yang bisa, biasanya semua yang bisa di dunia ini, database yang bisa kita pakai secara gratis itu sudah masuk ke Google Scholar. Berarti sebenarnya cukup dengan Google Scholar aja. Kalau ada beberapa jurnal yang biasa disebut, kalau kita lihat meta analisis, penulisnya menyebutkan beberapa database gitu ya. Nah, itu biasanya adalah database yang tidak bisa diakses oleh secara free, makanya disebutlah satu-satu. Berarti kalau yang tidak bisa diakses secara free itu berarti tidak bisa diakses oleh Google Scholar. Jadi akhirnya dia Google Scholar-nya masuk, tetapi selain Google Scholar itu disebutnya satu-satu lagi. Nah, itu menunjukkan bahwa dia tidak available for free. Nah, for our analysis, maksudnya for our searching or data collection, cukuplah dengan Google Scholar ya. Ada beberapa mahasiswa bahasa Inggris yang bisa akses Scopus itu karena dibantu oleh dosen biologi ya, Pak Apandi itu ya. Sekarang kan di FKIP yang bisa punya akses cuma Pak Apandi. Jadi biasanya dia bersedia bantu kita gitu. Cuman I don't know if he wants to help you, I don't know. Tapi kalau menurut saya lebih baik jangan, karena nanti kita ketemu dengan banyak artikel yang juga nggak bisa di-download. Ini semua artikel harus bisa di-download yang bisa kita analisis. Karena kan untuk menganalisisnya harus membuka jurnalnya, kan gitu. Iya, makanya kalau yang nggak bisa ya udah. Saat ini saya punya akses di banyak termasuk Scopus ya. Maksud saya artikelnya bukan database-nya. Jadi kalau ada jurnal yang nggak bisa di-download, biasanya kalau sekarang Sci-Hub itu sudah sangat limited karena sudah semakin dikekang ya. Jadi banyak sekali artikel yang nggak bisa di-download. But I can have access to those one right now. Oke, ada pertanyaan lain? Itu kamu yang menentukannya. Maksudnya itu kan keputusannya di tangan kamu. Maksudnya exclusionnya apa? Gitu kan, terindeks apa. Kalau tidak kamu sebut berarti apapun. No. Ya dilihat aja lah nanti. Kalau seandainya sangat booming, ya kita screeningnya. Maka kita ngatur kalau di meta analisis atau bibliometrik atau di systematic review itu kita ngatur populasinya itu kan di exclusion inclusion itu. Ya. Kalau seandainya tanpa di exclusion itu masih sedikit, ya ambil aja semuanya. Tapi kalau ternyata banyak sekali, kita atur dari exclusionnya itu berarti hanya jurnal yang berkualitas. Kualitas berarti kan sudah harus terdeteksi terakreditasi. Nah, seperti itu. Kalau saran saya sih tidak perlu lah. Yang penting ada self talking eksperimental, itu mungkin lebih gampang kita nyarinya. Ya, sudah. Oke. Baik, saya kira cukup lah ya diskusinya, dan saya tidak ada lagi juga komentar. Secara umum sudah baik ya, proposalnya sudah very clear ya. Tinggal ada beberapa poin tadi yang saya sampaikan mungkin untuk diperbaiki di bagian literature review dan di research question nanti. Perhaps you need to refine more ya, and dan di scope itu scope of research ya, bukan limitation. Kita nggak usah sebut limitation dulu. Scope of research, tapi di dalamnya itu kita bicara tentang terminologi. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, you can close now your presentation.